On a typical workday, Alan, exhausted after a long shift at the steel mill, boarded the bus back home as usual. The gentle rocking of the vehicle soon lulled him into a light sleep, providing a brief escape from the exhausting routine. However, that day his colleagues were not around to ensure he woke up at his stop, leaving him at the mercy of the journey and exhaustion. Alan was about to be taken to the final terminal far from home when a soft, unknown voice brought him back to the station. "Really, young man, you better wake up or you're going to miss your stop," said Amelia, sitting next to him. Alan opened his eyes, surprised and a little disoriented, meeting the gaze of a young woman whose kindness touched him more deeply than he expected. "Oh, thank you. How did you know where I was?" he asked, trying to hide his embarrassment with a warm smile. Amelia explained, "It's not the first time I've seen you dozing here. I'm getting off one stop after yours." A casual conversation developed between them, so naturally fluid that Alan almost forgot to get off at his stop. The instant connection and mutual curiosity motivated them to continue talking beyond the bus trip. "Would you like to have a coffee one day?" Alan took the risk, feeling his heart racing at the possibility of rejection. But to his joy, Amelia accepted with enthusiasm. "I would love to. Maybe tomorrow." They agreed to meet the next day after Alan's work. The farewell, although brief, was full of expectation. Amelia made a gesture with her hand when getting off the bus, a simple gesture that for Alan seemed to promise the beginning of something new and exciting. As the bus pulled away, Alan felt revitalized despite his physical fatigue. The opportunity for a new encounter, the possibility of getting to know Amelia better, filled him with a feeling of hope and joy that he had not experienced in a long time. Until then, an abstraction now seemed to weave its paths in mysterious and wonderful ways. As the days turned into weeks, Alan and Amelia discovered more about each other than they could have imagined in that first unexpected meeting on the bus. The conversations flowed effortlessly, each encounter revealing layers of compatibility and deep affection. The laughter shared, the glances exchanged, and the moments of comfortable silence sealed a bond that quickly solidified into love. It was evident to both that they had found something special in each other. It wasn't long before conversations about a future together began to emerge. Both of them shared the same vision of life, values, and dreams for the future. The idea of marriage, previously a distant notion for Alan, became a desired certainty, a promise of love that he wanted to make to Amelia. On a sunny afternoon, while they were walking hand in hand through the park they had chosen for their meetings, Alan, with his heart pounding in his chest, knelt down and asked the question that would seal their commitment. "Amelia, will you agree to spend the rest of your life with me?" The surprise and emotion overflowed in Amelia's eyes as she said yes, a moment of pure joy and the promise of a shared future. The wedding celebration was a simple but deeply meaningful reflection of their love, surrounded by friends and family who witnessed the couple's union. With joy and good vibes, the vows they exchanged were promises of support, loyalty, and unconditional love, resonating in the hearts of all those present. The party was a mix of cultures, music, and dance, symbolizing the union of two lives into one, the love that Alan and Amelia radiated, touching everyone with its authenticity and depth. The shine in the eyes of the couple while they danced the first dance as husband and wife was a testimony of true love, which overcame adversity and became stronger over time. At the end of the celebration, as they walked away to begin life together, Alan and Amelia knew that they had found something rare and precious. The future promised challenges without a doubt, but the strength of the love they shared was a promise that together they could face whatever. The decision to marry was not only a commitment between them, but a celebration of the life they had chosen to live together. Alan and Amelia's life entered a new phase with the arrival of Anna, a moment that marked the beginning of an exciting and transformative journey. From the first moments in which they held Anna in their arms, they felt a wave of unconditional love, a deep bond that instantly connected them with that little life that now depended completely on them. In the first days, the sleepless nights and the challenges of caring for a newborn tested their patience and resilience. Yet every smile, every curious gaze from Anna reinforced the love and dedication they felt for her. The challenges of parenthood were real, but the joy and satisfaction that came with those moments surpassed any fatigue. Alan adapted to the role of father with an enthusiasm that even surprised him. He began the mornings early, changing diapers and preparing bottles, while Amelia, equally dedicated, balanced her new life as a mother with recovering from childbirth. Together, they discovered rhythms and routines that worked for the family, each small success celebrated with tired but genuine smiles. Seeing Anna growing every day with new developments filled Alan and Amelia with immense pride. The first words, the first steps, each milestone was a celebration, a reminder of the small miracles of life. The difficulties in adapting to parenthood disappeared every time Anna looked at them with her bright eyes full of confidence and unconditional love. It was in the little things where Alan and Amelia found the greatest happiness. Anna's laughter echoed through the house. The moments of tranquility with the family and simple pranks became the highlights of their days. Life had undoubtedly changed, but they would not change this new reality for anything in the world. Anna's arrival brought new challenges, yes, but more than that, it brought renewed joy and purpose for Alan and Amelia. Together, they marked the adventure of parenthood, each day learning and growing together with Anna, a journey of love, discovery, and unimaginable joy. An exciting chapter in their lives that was just beginning. As the days unfolded in their new life, full of joys and challenges, a shadow of worry began to insinuate itself into Alan and Amelia's life. At first, the signs of Amelia's deteriorating health were subtle and easy to ignore, but over time, they became increasingly difficult to ignore. A persistent cough that Amelia initially attributed to exhaustion and changes in the season began to worsen, accompanied by a worrying shortness of breath. Amelia, whose nature was always to take care of others before herself, chose to minimize her symptoms by focusing her attention on Anna and Alan, fearing that any necessary treatment could destabilize the harmony and routine that had cost them so much to establish. She argued that they were just passing colds, avoiding talking about medical consultations or more in-depth examinations. Alan watched with increasing concern as Amelia's energy and vitality decreased. He realized how she got tired more easily, like moments of play with Anna were interrupted by bouts of coughing. The need to rest, Amelia's love. "You need to see a doctor," Alan insisted, but was firmly driven by growing worry. "We cannot ignore this," he stressed. However, Amelia remained firm, driven by a fear mixed with a strong determination not to burden her family with an additional burden. "It's nothing, Alan. I promise you that I will get better. I just need to rest a little," she responded, forcing a smile that did not reach her eyes, now often veiled by a shadow of discomfort and pain. Amelia's decision to postpone seeking medical help did not come from a place of negligence, but from a deep love and dedication to her family. She feared the implications of a serious diagnosis, not wanting to worry Alan or negatively affect Anna's life. Amelia wanted to be present for every moment of every achievement Anna made, and the idea of being excluded from this experience due to an illness or long and debilitating treatments was unbearable for her. This period brought a silent tension to the home that was previously full of laughter and carefree games. Alan was torn between respecting Amelia's decision and the growing desire to intervene, fearing that delaying treatment could have irreversible consequences. The shadow of worry that now hung over the family was a constant reminder that no matter how much they tried to control some things, they were out of their reach, demanding courage to face the challenges together. As the weeks turned into months, Amelia's condition deteriorated at an alarming rate despite her efforts to disguise the seriousness of her situation. With each passing day, the vitality that once characterized her seemed to fade away, leaving behind a paleness and fragility that could not be ignored. Alan, increasingly distraught, felt helpless as he watched the woman he loved fight against an invisible force that was slowly consuming her. The inevitable intervention came on a morning when Amelia was unable to get out of bed. He finally realized the need for medical help. The despair in her eyes when she looked at Alan was a silent plea for forgiveness for having waited so long without wasting a moment. Alan organized her transfer to the hospital, every second an agony, every heartbeat a scream of hope for news that could offer a ray of hope. In the hospital, hours turned into days as doctors fought against time, trying to reverse the damage caused by the disease that had freely ravaged Amelia's body. With each update, hope diminished, and Alan clung to any word that suggested a possibility of recovery. Anna, too young to fully understand the seriousness of the situation, constantly asked about her mother, her innocence contrasting painfully with the reality that was unfolding. Then came the news that Alan feared from the beginning: Amelia had passed away. The implacable illness had proven to be too advanced, and despite the best efforts, she had already succumbed. The news hit Alan like a devastating wave, leaving him dazed, unable to breathe, think, or understand a world without Amelia. The return home carrying the pain of his loss and the task of telling Anna about her mother's death was the most difficult moment of his life. How to explain to a girl that the person who gave her unconditional love, security, and joy would not return home? Alan's words were a trembling whisper every time, a fight against the tears that threatened to drown him. Anna, with sadness reflected in her innocent eyes, clung to him, her source of comfort, and now her only anchor in a world that had suddenly become unrecognizable. The loss of Amelia left an immense void in the lives of Alan and Anna, a wound that seemed too deep to heal. The days following the funeral were a blur of sadness, each daily routine a painful reminder of their absence. Alan was lost in a sea of grief, trying to find strength not only for himself but also for Anna, who now looked to him for guidance and comfort in a world that had lost its light following Amelia's death. Alan found himself navigating a world that seemed to have lost its colors, the daily routine becoming a challenge, a painful reminder of Amelia's absence. However, Anna's presence with her childlike curiosity and innocent smile served as a beacon of hope amidst the sea of sadness that surrounded them. Alan dedicated himself completely to being the best possible father for Anna, striving to fill the void left by her mother with love, attention, and care. He tried to maintain normality in his daughter's life by taking her to school, preparing her favorite foods, and spending free time engaging in activities that united them and brought them moments of genuine joy. It wasn't just the daily routines that kept them united. It was also Amelia's memories. Alan made sure to keep Amelia's presence alive in Anna's life by sharing stories and memories that reflected the love and joy Amelia had brought to their lives. They spent hours looking at photo albums, with each image serving as a window to the happy past they had shared. "Your mother loved this place," Alan would say, pointing to a photo of a trip to the beach, or "she had the most contagious laugh," remembering a moment captured on video. These moments of memory became therapeutic, a way to deal with the pain and, at the same time, celebrate Amelia's life with Anna. Although young, Anna began to understand the importance of these memories, holding on to them like a precious treasure. Through these stories, she continued to get to know her mother, feeling her presence and learning about the extraordinary woman who had shaped both her life and that of her father. Alan also found comfort in the community around him. Friends and family came together to offer support and companionship, filling the house with laughter and conversations that, for brief moments, removed the shadow of sadness. This support network became essential for both of them, a reminder that despite the pain, they were not alone. Over time, Alan and Anna began to find a new rhythm for their lives, a new normal, marked by Amelia's absence, but interrupted by memories of her that still brought smiles through the tears. During this time, while they were still learning to live with their loss, a new challenge presented itself abruptly and cruelly, testing the limits of their newfound resilience. Anna, who had become Alan's source of light and joy, suffered a serious accident while playing. A moment of carelessness resulted in a disastrous fall, leaving her with serious injuries. The doctors responded quickly to treat Anna, but the news they brought to Alan was a devastating blow. Anna was unable to walk. Her spinal injuries were serious, and the possibility of recovery, although existing, would require extensive treatments and possibly expensive surgeries. Alan was still reeling under the weight of sadness, faced with a mountain that seemed impossible to climb. The treatment necessary to give Anna the opportunity to walk again was exorbitant, far beyond Alan's financial capabilities. Each medical consultation, each budget for the necessary therapies, was a cruel reminder of their limitations. But Alan's determination knew no limits when it came to his daughter's well-being. He began to pursue every possibility, exploring treatment options, seeking assistance programs, and starting fundraising campaigns. His free time, previously dedicated to the solace of happier memories, was now consumed by research and requests for help, from the community around him, moved by their family's story and Anna's misfortune. The donations came, small at first, but became more and more significant as the story spread. Even so, the road ahead was long, and every day without the start of treatment seemed like a lost day in Anna's fight to regain her mobility. For Alan, this new challenge was more than a financial issue. It was a battle for hope, for his daughter's future, for the opportunity to restore her normality that fate had taken from her so abruptly. He clung to every possibility, every word of encouragement, every gesture of support, like a lighthouse in the middle of a storm. Despite the despair that sometimes threatened to consume him, the determination to see Anna smile and run once again kept him moving, tirelessly searching for the solution that would restore her ability to walk. While Alan dealt with the weight of responsibilities and the uncertainty about Anna's future, a knock on the door interrupted his thoughts. When he opened it, he found a man who seemed strangely familiar, dressed in a way that spoke of success. "Good afternoon. You must be Alan," the visitor began with a friendly smile and eyes full of an untold story. Alan frowned, trying to place the face in the context of his memory. "I must have met you. My name is William. 20 years ago, when I needed it most, I was hungry and without hope. I was just a child on the bus," revealed William, his eyes shining with gratitude and memories. The memory hit Alan like a lightning bolt. "Ah, yes, of course, now I remember. But how did you find me?" William smiled. "It wasn't easy, but I never forgot your kindness. Now that I've heard about your daughter's situation, Anna, I came here to help," he said with firm determination in his voice. "You want to help? But why after so long?" Alan could barely believe what he was hearing. "Because what you did for me that day changed my life. Now, I have the opportunity to do something good in return. I would like to cover all the costs of Anna's treatment," William offered, sincerity emanating from each word. Alan felt overwhelmed by William's unexpected generosity, filling him with hope. This would mean everything to us. I don't know how to thank you," he said, his voice breaking with emotion. "You don't need to thank me, Alan. Seeing Anna well and healthy will be enough for me," William responded with a tacit agreement of solidarity. Gratitude formed among them with the promise made by William. A new chapter began in the lives of the Allen family. The unexpected generosity of a near stranger brought not only the means for Anna's treatment, but also a renewal of hope that Alan feared he had lost forever. With financing secured by William, Anna was able to immediately begin the necessary treatment. A difficult path, but full of promises for a complete recovery. The following days were marked by a series of medical consultations, evaluations, and the beginning of intensive physiotherapy sessions. Despite his young age, he faced each new challenge with resilience that inspired everyone around him. His determination was fueled by the unwavering support of his father and the encouragement of William, who made sure to continue his progress, becoming a constant and encouraging presence in his life. "You are doing a great job, Anna," said William with a smile after a particularly challenging session of physiotherapy. "Your bravery is incredible." Anna, exhausted but smiling, looked at William and then at her father. "I am trying. I want to be able to run again, she responded with determination in her eyes, reflecting her iron will. Alan, observing the interaction, felt a mixture of gratitude and admiration. "We are all with you, dear, every step of the way," he added, holding Anna's hand tenderly. As the days passed, Anna's small advances began to add up, each small victory celebrated as a milestone. On her road to recovery, laughter once again filled the Allen home, a sound that Allen feared he would never hear again. Hope, once dim, now shone brightly in their hearts, fueled by Anna's advances and the unexpected kindness she had received. Anna's recovery journey was not an easy one filled with ups and downs, but the prospect of a future in which she could walk and maybe even run again gave the Allen family the strength to face each new challenge. William, through his generous gesture, had done more than simply provide the means for treatment. He had restored hope and united three people on a shared journey of healing and gratitude. As they watched Anna sleep peacefully after another day of therapy, Alan and William shared a moment of silent understanding. William's generosity had charted the path to a new beginning, not only for Anna, but for all of them, a path illuminated by hope and the promise of better days. Anna's journey of recovery, although full of challenges, was beginning to show signs of a miracle in progress. Each physical therapy session, each exercise, and each word of encouragement contributed to a goal that seemed distant, but was now becoming more and more tangible. And then, on a day that would be etched in everyone's memory, Anna took her first steps since the accident. It was during a therapy session with the attentive eyes of Alan and William that Anna, holding onto the parallel bars and with the physiotherapist at her side, hesitated for a moment before moving one foot in front of the other. Although they were cautious steps, each one was loaded with meaning, a testimony of the power of faith, hope, and the advances of science. "You are achieving it, Anna. You see, every step is a victory," the physiotherapist encouraged, her voice mixed with the emotion that filled the room. Alan, watching the scene, felt tears welling up, pride and joy overflowing in his heart. "This is my warrior. You are our light," he murmured, the words almost lost in the emotion of the moment. At his side, William shared that emotion, his role in that miracle bringing a feeling of gratitude and satisfaction that words could not express. "She is incredible," he simply said, knowing that those first steps were just the beginning of a new stage in Daniela's life. The session ended with applause and tears of happiness. While they helped Daniela sit down and rest, the weight of the previous weeks seemed to disappear, somehow a little lighter. That afternoon became a small celebration, a moment of recognition for the small, great achievements that paved the way to recovery. In the days that followed, Daniela's first steps evolved into firmer and safer walks, strengthening not only her muscles, but also the spirit of her family. The Allen house, once dark with worry and fear, now resounded with laughter and plans for the future. Daniela's recovery against all odds became a symbol of hope for Alan and William, reminding them that even in the most difficult times, determination and unconditional support can move mountains. The joy that her recovery brought not only renewed her family's spirits, but also reaffirmed their faith in the power of community, compassion, and, above all, unwavering love. As Daniela's recovery progressed, something beautiful began to blossom between her and William. Beyond the gratitude and friendship they had shared until then, William's constant presence, initially motivated by the desire to support Daniela's recovery process, evolved into something deeper, fueled by laughter, shared long conversations, and moments of comforting silence that spoke for themselves. Daniela, who found in William a friend, a mentor, and a tireless source of encouragement, began to see him in a new light. Mutual respect and admiration evolved naturally towards deeper feelings for Daniela. William became synonymous with security, someone who understood her and supported her unconditionally, someone who made her dream of a future that she feared was out of reach. William, for his part, saw in Daniela a strength and determination that inspired him, her bravery in the face of challenges, her unwavering optimism, and the joy she found in every small advance touched his heart in a way he didn't expect. What began as a mission to help the daughter of a man who had changed his life years ago became a deep emotional connection with Daniela. On a quiet afternoon, as the sun set, casting a golden glow over the garden where they were sitting, William finally expressed his feelings. "Daniela, these last few months have been some of the most significant of my life. It began hesitantly, but with each heartfelt word of yours. You have inspired me in so many ways, and I find myself hoping to be part of your future, not only as a friend, but as something more." Daniela, surprised but visibly excited, took William's hand. "William, you are already such an important part of my life. You have helped me see that there is so much worth fighting for, and I cannot imagine my future without you." This confession marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, one where love flourished against adversity, bringing a new dimension to Daniela's existence. Alan, witness to the development of this relationship, felt deep gratitude towards William. More than that, the person who saved his daughter, William, had become part of his family, a bond forged not only by generosity but by the love shared by Daniela and William. Their relationship became a vivid reminder that even in the most challenging of times, love can find a way. And for Alan to see his daughter find such happiness and love was a comfort and joy that renewed the spirit of the entire family, a proof that life can always surprise us with its ability to bring light even after the darkest moments. Daniela and William's day culminated in a day full of joy and celebration, marking not only the union of two hearts, but also the celebration of a cycle of kindness and gratitude that had begun years before with a simple gesture of generosity. The wedding was a beautiful affirmation of love, hope, and the unwavering belief in human goodness, bringing together family and friends in a ceremony that symbolized much more than the beginning of a life together. This occasion was not only the climax of their love, but also a tangible manifestation of the positive impact that kindness and empathy can have on people's lives. The day served as a powerful reminder that great acts of generosity or small can trigger waves of positivity and transformation that go far beyond what was anticipated uniting communities and strengthening family ties. The location chosen for the ceremony was decorated with flowers and lights, creating an enchanting atmosphere that reflected the spirit of love and renewal that Daniela and William shared. Every detail was lovingly thought out, from the soft music that filled the air to the emotional and sincere words they exchanged in front of their loved ones, promising to love and support each other at all times, in joy and sadness. The ceremony was a reflection of the journey they had both taken together, rooted in the strength of their commitment to each other and the hope for a bright future ahead. The expressions of happiness and love on the faces of the bride and groom as they said their vows deeply moved everyone present, reaffirming the belief in love as a force capable of overcoming any adversity. The celebration continued under the stars with dances, laughter, and stories shared, every moment strengthening the union not only of Daniela and William, but of all those who had the pleasure of witnessing how their love blossomed. Alan, observing happiness from her daughter, felt deep emotion and gratitude, seeing Daniela so radiant and full of life, ready to begin this new chapter with William. It was a reminder that despite adversity, life could bring moments of immense joy and fulfillment. The love between Daniela and William was a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the ability to overcome difficulties with faith and hope. Seeing them together, Alan could not help but feel immense pride and a sense of tranquility, knowing that his daughter was in good hands. The connection between them transcended the ordinary, illuminating the truth that true love can indeed conquer all. It was the materialization of all the hopes and dreams that Alan ever had for Daniela, a living symbol that even in the darkest nights, the dawn is always at hand. After the ceremony, as the guests celebrated, Alan had a moment of quiet reflection. The day up to that point had been full of challenges, but also unexpected moments of beauty and generosity. William's kindness, that extended beyond Alan's initial gesture years back, had created a virtuous cycle that now culminated in the union of his daughter with the man who had played a crucial role in her recovery and happiness. In that moment of introspection, Alan perceived the incalculable value of human relationships and how compassion and empathy can effectively change the course of our lives. Marriage was not only a celebration of Daniela and William's love, it was also a tribute to resilience, personal growth, and the ability to look beyond one's own pain and find beauty in human connection. For Alan, this day marked not only the union of two hearts, but also the closing of a cycle of personal growth and the opening of another full of new possibilities and hopes for the future. Daniela's happiness, the love she shared with William, brought Alan to a renewed peace and meaning in life. He realized that despite losses and moments of despair, life continued to offer new beginnings and opportunities for love and joy. Seeing his daughter happy was an invaluable gift, a source of consolation and satisfaction that gave him strength to face the future with an open and hopeful heart. This new stage in his daughter's life illuminated the darkest corners of his soul, showing that even after the most severe adversities, there is always room for happiness and rebirth. Each smile of Daniela, each gesture of affection between her and William, was a reminder that life, despite its countless twists and turns, always finds a way to manifest beauty and love. Daniela and William's marriage was more than a celebration of their love. It was a milestone of all they had overcome together and a symbol of the cycle of kindness that had transformed their lives. For Alan, it was a moment of deep emotion and gratitude, a testament to the power of compassion and love to create new beginnings and renew the spirit. Even after the darkest times, the union not only sealed the love between Daniela and William, but also marked the beginning of a new era for Alan, full of hope and optimism. Witnessing such a union made Alan reflect on the incalculable value of second chances and the importance of maintaining faith in the healing power of love and family. In the end, the celebration was a shining reminder that no matter how difficult the journey, there will always be moments of joy and redemption waiting for us, as long as we keep our hearts open to receive them.